guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I wash my cloth diapers. First of all, I have lots of different brands of diapers. I'll have another video talking about different brands and what I like about them and what I don't like about them. I also use a Whirlpool Duet washer and dryer. You'll need distilled white vinegar. I use free and clear laundry detergent. I also have two of these. They're Alva Baby wet bags, like the big ones, as well as this laundry basket that has a little divider in it. It's really helpful later on whenever you are taking your diapers out and your inserts out, because you can put inserts on one side, diaper on the other side, and then you just pick one from each to stuff them back. My dog's deciding to join me. I also have this drying rack that I hang the cloth diapers on once they've been washed. And I have this drying rack for clothes that lay flat. I've had this for like a bajillion years, but I'll try to link everything that I use or something similar to what I use in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I empty my diapers into my washer. And one tip that I have is if you take your inserts out and unsnap your diapers when you take the diaper off the baby before you put it in your diaper pail, it makes it way easier whenever you're washing, because then you can just dump it right into your washer. You don't have to take each individual diaper out, pull out the insert, unsnap it, and throw it in the washer, because they smell kind of funky, and who wants to take the time to do that? So, okay, so another tip is I do not wash my bags with my diapers. I found that they don't seem to get quite as clean if I do that. So after my diapers are done washing, then I put these in their own separate cycle, just like a quick cycle, and then I air dry them on my dry flat rack. Okay. So now I'm going to zoom you in, move you guys closer so I can show you the settings that I use on my washer. Okay, so now that I have my diapers in my washing machine, I will turn it on and show you the settings that I use. So I press on, I select, I select quick wash, and then I set it to cold, the speed to slow, which just keeps all the water from getting wrung out of the diapers so that they stay wet through the second cycle. I select extra heavy soil and pre-soak for 40 minutes, as well as an extra rinse. So as you can see, it takes quite a while. After I get all that set, then I add a cup is over here, a cup of distilled white vinegar to the main wash compartment. Okay. Alright, then I hit the play button and let that run through. Okay guys, my first cycle has run, and now I'm going to start the second cycle. So I turn this washer back on, I set it to normal. The temperature I set to hot, the spin speed to fast, the soil to extra heavy, and pre-soak to 40 minutes, and add an extra rinse. I always leave the fan fresh on as well, just because then it keeps the drum moving so that the diapers don't get like kind of stale. So I have a pretty big load. In this load of diapers, I'll fill my cup up, pretty full with my free and clear laundry detergent, put it in the main wash compartment, and then start my washer. So I'll be back once this is finished running. Okay, so it's actually the next day because I went to bed before the washer was done. So at this point, what I'm going to do is take my diapers from the washer and hang them on my little drying rack here, and put my wipes and my inserts in the dryer. and then I'll move you closer to the dryer to show you. Well, I guess I don't need to do that. I can just tell you my settings. But I hang all of my diapers on this, and then I put them in front of my drying rack because it has a little fan on it, and it seems to dry them a little quicker. So. Oh, and one point I wanted to make is that usually I hang them by this part. It's the part that like wraps around to the front of the baby, just because it seems to, it's just easier to clip. So I just clip it right on there. Okay, so I've got all of my diapers on my drying rack here. One thing I do want to make you aware of is whenever I take my wipes and everything out, I spin my washer around to make sure that none of the wipes or the inserts are like sticking to the top of the dryer. And then I check this little flap right here too. Oh, you can't see it. This little flap right here to make sure there's nothing in there. Sometimes like baby socks will be in there, or I don't know, other random stuff. So I check that. And then on the dryer, one thing that I forgot to mention earlier that I use is these wool dryer balls. I don't use dryer sheets anymore because my baby's skin is kind of sensitive. So I use dryer balls. It seems to make things dry a little bit faster, and supposedly it makes it softer too. So I just throw a couple, 3 of these in there. Clean out my lint trap. And then for my dryer settings, oh my goodness, I have lots of lint in here. I need to clean that. For my dryer settings, I do the heavy duty, so I don't change any of the settings on my dryer setting. And you want heavy duty because the microfiber inserts aren't going to get dry unless it's like high heat. So this setting has high heat, normal dryness level, the damp dry signal is off, and then I don't use any steam on these. So I'll start that here in a minute. But the next thing that I do is I take my bags, and to wash those I turn them inside out because the plastic part on the inside is what gets kind of funky. Stick them in here. And like I said, I wash these separately just because otherwise it seems like my diapers don't get as clean. And these stay pretty wet even whenever they get like rinsed out. So I do a quick wash. I leave the temperature on warm, extra fast spin cycle, light soil, and no pre-soak and no extra rinse. And then I put just a little bit of laundry detergent in there. So I'll start that here in a minute. Another kind of interesting thing that I do with my diapers is like I said, I use my little drying rack down here. So I've tied a piece of string to my cabinet, and I just lower my diapers down. You can't really see it. I'll show you here. I lower my diapers down so that they are in front of that little fan thing, and you can kind of hear it running. But it just gets them to where they dry a little bit quicker. That's really all it does. But honestly, they dry pretty fast, even just air dried. So I'll start my dryer, I'll start my washer, and I'll be back when all of that is done. Alright, so the wipes and the inserts are all dry in the dryer, and my diapers have dried. So at this point, I just use my handy dandy laundry basket with the separator in it, and I put my inserts and my wipes on one side, take my wool dryer balls out as I go, and then I get my diapers over here and just drop them right in my laundry basket. Okay, so I've got that. They're separated, and I will be able to take this upstairs and stuff my diapers and fold my wipes. And then I leave my little drying rack on here and take my bags out. And they usually dry better if I turn them right side out and lay them this way. Now, my drying rack here is pretty old, like, I don't know, 10 years old probably at least. So I'll see if I can find one on Amazon that's similar, but it is really handy for clothes, diapers, bags, anything. I used it for my compression socks, since those are supposed to be air dry. So I let those dry. I've got 2 other ones that are clean, that are in my buckets already, and that generally is my cloth diapering washing routine. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those in the comments below. I'll try to include everything in the description box that I used. And if you'd like to see more about cloth diapers, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me.